discussion with y'all. Um, I want to talk about what to do and what I did when my destiny was frozen twice. Two times for sure, my destiny was frozen. So I want to share my story. This is very hard to talk about, y'all, because it literally gives me anxiety. But I think talking about this will actually help people to understand the hard work you got to do to unfreeze your destiny when people freeze it. It's hard work, okay? It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Um, it's almost like taking a part of a tree, or a plant, and trying to grow it from another part of it. You know how that's not easy. It's like a slow process. It requires a lot of tender loving care. That's what happens when you're trying to unfreeze your destiny. If you're trying to unfreeze your destiny, it's going to require a lot of solitude. You're going to have to be really ruthless with doing it, meaning you're just going to have to maybe just jump ship and just get rid of everybody without even trying to figure out who did it. Just go ahead and just say, I just want to unfroze. Okay, that's a drastic step, but I'm going to share what happened to me and how I got my destiny moving again um, over the last 2 years. Okay, so wait till we get more people in here. Hi, everybody. I told y'all I would be back on. I was going to do a reading on the Nebula Tide channel, but I decided to have this talk since I know some of y'all are like, you're having moments where you feel like, freeze and unfreeze in your destiny, because when people freeze your destiny, they always try to come back around. They always try to get back in your energy. They will cycle back to freeze your destiny when they are struggling in their own destiny. So the destiny freezers, you're going to be in battle with them until they actually die. And that's what really sucks. Like, once someone who's a destiny freezer gets too much of a close up look on your destiny, they literally will just cycle back and freeze and try to freeze it. So don't even expect to get rid of those people. Like, they're just going to cycle back energetically, socially, just showing up out of nowhere. It's wild, y'all. Now I'm going to share my story. I found my true destiny back in, it was like 2011. That's when I was sure I found it. I could feel it spiritually. And I started going all in on it, okay? I'm not going to get into the details of my destiny, of my star, but I was going all in, and I was working with this guy and several other guys. And I noticed that the more I created and the better I got, the more all of them started to shapeshift and started to act controlling of my energy. And next thing I know, they were all saying they doing the same thing. They started getting out their own destiny and started trying to do mine. Before I knew it, I had like 3 different dudes like trying to like study my stuff and then saying, oh, they gonna do the same, and that people in my destiny come down a dozen and stuff. They was acting like I was replaceable. Meanwhile, they were trying to learn from me. Next thing I knew, they started doing what I was doing instead of what they were doing. So we all had different jobs in the group. We all had different jobs. Next thing I know, they doing what I was doing. I could sense that they were like studying my stuff and my energy when I wasn't around them, when I wasn't working with them. I could sense it. And it was making me like uncomfortable, y'all. So I decided I would start going on my own. I would find a way to do my destiny by myself, without them. And when I pulled my energy back and I started doing it without them, That's when the negative energy started coming in stronger. They started actually trying to use my family business against me, trying to say negative stuff to me in text messages, trying to tear me down. It was just getting worse and worse. It was like because I was setting up boundaries, because I said I can't do no more of my work without a contract. I demanded a contract, and that's when the energy got real bad from them. Because people who freeze your destiny, they don't like contracts, because that keeps them in their place. That keeps them in their lane, and they don't like that. They want to be able to harness all your work and all your energy and do what they want with it. And when I said I'm not giving you no more of my work without contract, I'm not sharing my work without contract, that's when the battle started happening real bad with the people. And then I noticed that they started taking my work and passing it on to other people to work with without even letting me know. Without even letting me know, y'all. I started to find out. They would only let me know after the fact, because they wanted the last say on the mastering of my work. They wanted the last say. They didn't want me to have no say on my own work. Y'all, it was crazy. And then before I knew it, they started working with other people. All right. And they literally stopped and didn't do their part of the work. So basically they made it all come to a screeching halt where they wasn't going to finish their part, all because I wanted a contract. Now, that's just how manipulative destiny freezers are. Because I wanted the contract where everybody had to do their job, their specific job, and get their own job done, they went that route. Okay? They basically made it so that the part that they contributed, I couldn't use. They fixed it in a way I couldn't use, but they could use my work. Do you see what I'm saying? They could use my work. They basically gave me a watered down version, a compressed version of their work. But they had the original masters of my work. And they were supposed to give me the final results of their part of the work. They never did. They never finished their part of the work. We're talking about 4 years, maybe longer than that, at least 4. I stopped counting. And what they did is they started trying to learn how to do what I'm doing. Okay? I heard they started taking poetry writing classes and everything. I'm like, wow, child, they really do want to be me. So, they thought, I guess they're going to go ahead and be me too and hold the masters of my work, but don't give me the masters of their work. Y'all, it was real narcissistic. Now, the wild thing about this, that these two people who was doing this type of behavior to me, they were calling other people narcissists, and the whole time they were. That just goes to show, okay? The whole time they were vulnerable narcissists fighting with grandiose narcissists, and the grandiose narcissists they were fighting with, they were all jumping me. They were all jumping me to empath. Okay? I had to literally just like jump shit. I had no choice but to ghost everybody. I had no choice. Because that's how trifling it got. I noticed the more and more I dealt with their disrespect and manipulation, the more I couldn't create. That's called a frozen destiny. I couldn't create no matter what. And I was like, wow, it's leaving me. Like, why is it leaving me? My powers is leaving me. Or I can't access them. So what I did is I basically reversed time. I went back to the lifestyle that I had before I met them, and I accessed my destiny. So I actually went back to my childhood, because you started to tap into your destiny when you was young. So I started doing the things I used to do. I started going to the clubs I used to go to. I just went back to my original energy. Because a part of when your destiny gets frozen is because your spirit is frozen too. You need to be free. Like you need to feel a whole lot of freedom. This is why some people will literally starve while they are in their destiny because they need the freedom. They can't do a lot of 9 to 5 job and a lot of toxic people while they're trying to do their destiny, or their destiny will freeze. So I had to just get completely free. I resigned from my job because my employer was very, very disrespectful. Anytime I tried to include my destiny in my job, which I was able to, she would tell me no. Okay, once she saw that I was talented in my work, she tried to say I can't do it no more at the job. So she was also somebody trying to freeze up my destiny. So I had to resign from that job. I also just said I don't have any friends. I went totally solo. Every time I went out, I went by myself. I got a new phone, y'all. I got a whole new phone. And I went places and didn't tell people where I was going when I traveled. I went to experience life again. I had to have a reset on my life. Like a life that the destiny freezers didn't know I had. Just to kick them out of my destiny energy. And then I started actually, I went shopping again. I literally bought new clothes. I threw away like 5 years worth of clothes. Whole new wardrobe. I sold about 200 pair of shoes. I had a lot of shoes. I got rid of all the shoes. When I tell y'all, I just went from scratch. Kept going from scratch. And then I decided to take classes. Once I felt like it was clear, I felt lighter. I was like, okay, I'm going to get some education to open up my destiny energy more, to flow through me. And that's what I did. Like a couple years before 2019. So basically 2015, I was officially done with the work I needed to do to unfreeze my destiny. The last step was that I had to fill my metaphysical space up with evidence of my destiny, fresh evidence, fresh intelligence. So I just kept taking classes from 2015 all the way through this year. I have attended over 200 workshops this year. I attended over 50 classes over the last 5 or 6 years or something like that. And then before that, I was taking like 3 classes a year. I had to start slow in unfreezing my destiny. I had to do like little sprints, little sprints of my destiny. And then it was like, oh, I could do more. I could do more. I could do more. Basically, I was taking back my star energy in pieces back from this person. I happened to run into this person, one of the people, a couple months ago. And I literally would not even go beyond my car. When they were standing there, it was like I put up full protection. And I just kept to myself. So what I'm telling you is that it might take a couple years for you to unfreeze your destiny. I'm going to just keep it real. It has to be like your metaphysical space has to be like deconstructed and reconstructed, because through the battles and the fights with the people, they were transferring their energy. So you would have to get back your power, to full access while sending all theirs back. Okay. So it is a process. Don't expect it to happen like just overnight. With one exception. If you're ready to just throw away your whole life. There's a guy on YouTube who did that. I forget his name, Tim or Thomas. I think his name is Thomas. He literally just got rid of his whole house. Everything. His video went viral. Like he just got rid of everything, everything. He talked about that. And he had the biggest breakthrough of his life. Like that's when his channel went really, really viral. And he got rich and he became a millionaire. Because he was able to access his destiny with being someone that can teach people about mindfulness of their money. Okay? He was able to access knowledge about money mindfulness. how to save money, all that. It was like something coming natural to him. His name is Thomas, I think. He now lives as a stoic. He even he had a little setback where he was hanging out with rich people, and he quickly got out of that. He realized they were like holding him back once again, freezing his destiny, freezing his destiny. So he got rid of them, and he went back to his free spirited ways with his destiny. And then so people were like interviewing him and everything, but he literally just basically sunk the whole ship. That's very drastic. If you want to take that route, go right ahead. You know, some people do that. They literally will they will go as far as like leave home and not return. They might be missing. My brother did that. My brother literally disappeared for like a decade. He just jumped ship completely, like just got rid of everything, everybody. And he started his own family. He had a good job. He found his way, you know. He found a job that he really liked, you know, just aligned with who he is and all of that. And I don't think he would have done that if he would have stayed living with us, because his energy was so needed because of our situation. There was no way he was going to ever access his destiny. There was no way. And I think he figured it out. So he had to just tell the grown-ups in the family to grow up, do your job. And he went and he jumped ship. So what I'm telling y'all, you could take that drastic route, or you could take the route I did where I was chipping. I was chipping, adding, until like now 90% of my metaphysical space is actually my destiny. But I didn't do it overnight. I kept depositing, redepositing, you know, and focusing on it, focusing until I won, until I won a big enough piece of my destiny back where I knew I could take it all then. I could take it all back. But it took some time. Hi everybody. It took some time. And I'm not gonna lie, the two people that froze my destiny, it took for the one person to actually, like, their life to fall apart for them to leave me alone. Now, what ended up happening, because I took my destiny back, the power that they was taking from me to freeze my destiny, I took it back. So now they're suffering. Okay. The person who froze my destiny, they're actually suffering right now, y'all. Because they don't have, see, let me tell you, when people freeze your destiny, it's also because they keep on tricking you out of having faith in them. So because they kept tricking me into, like, you know, gaslighting me and making me believe the gaslighting and all that, they were able to have health breakthroughs that they didn't earn. They were taking my health breakthroughs, because health breakthroughs is critical for your destiny to be achieved. So when they were gaslighting me and keeping me locked in, wondering like maybe I'm paranoid, this and that, just not, it was like they was actually feasting on my energy, which was freezing up my destiny, and then they was having breakthroughs that I was supposed to have. Once I jumped ship away from them, I just like ghosted and got rid of. I literally removed all evidence of them. Like everything that I worked with them, I boxed away. Okay. That's when I noticed that I started to be able to have health breakthroughs. And then I noticed that they are struggling. So one way, this is a spell though, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all know it's a spell. One way you can do a binding spell on people who are freezing your destiny is to take everything they gave you, put it in a dark box. You can write blocked on the box, blocked in black ink, okay? And you could put funeral flowers on top of the box and put it in a real dark place in the basement. What that's going to do is going to be like, it's almost going to be like they're manifesting their suffering, their karma, okay? The karma, the losses that they gave you through freezing your destiny, they going to get, okay? They're going to be stuck while you're achieving your destiny. This way they cannot access your light, okay? You're literally putting important pieces of them in the shadow place, in a form of a coffin, like a box, y'all. I'm telling y'all, don't be afraid to do stuff like this if somebody refuses to stop freezing up your destiny. If somebody won't stop and they keep on coming and you keep on having setbacks, frozen, unfrozen, then you got to bind them, y'all. I'm telling y'all, you don't know how long you got. You can't keep on being in that energy back and forth, unfreezing, freezing, unfreezing. You're going to end up getting sick and ill. Okay. So, you can do light witch bonding to get them to stay in their own darkness, to get up out of your light. Okay. So what I did, because I realized this person was watching my channel, this person was like somehow tapping into my energy, showing up where I was at and stuff, I realized they was never going to leave me alone. I realized that. So the stuff that we was in contact with, their stuff, I literally put in a little box container, and I put it in the dark, and I put it near this hot vent, like hellified vent, y'all. And I never touched it. I literally left it in the dark near the radiator heat. And I never touched it for years, y'all. And because I never looked at it, never touched it, I forgot about them. And whatever you forget about that you don't give attention to, it fades. Its vibration fades from your metaphysical space. So because I did that, I also got rid of all the clothes that they liked. If they said I look cute in it, I got rid of it. I got a new computer. I got a new phone. I got a new workspace. I started using new journals. This is the truth, y'all. The equipment that I was using to get the stuff together for them, I packed away in a box. Y'all, I packed away, so it's all in the dark. And I'm going to sell it all because I just don't want their energy, y'all. Somebody said, okay. So, because I was able to block them more so from my destiny, they started trying to compete without knowing how. So they end up manifesting what I would manifest if my destiny was frozen. So they're basically getting the karma for trying to freeze up my money. When somebody frees your destiny, they're trying to freeze up your fortune. They tried to freeze up my generational wealth. Okay? They was trying to take it all from me, most of it all. They wanted to claim most of it, and they had no right. So I even noticed, y'all, let me tell y'all what else was happening. They was leeching off me so bad that they was taking my dreams. Y'all, this was getting serious. Like, I would literally dream something, and they would be meditating and channeling on my energy so much, they would literally pull my dreams and my thoughts. Literally do this. When I went to look up their placements, I had an aha moment. I'm like, okay, I see what's going on here. So they was basically using their air energy to hack my destiny, to freeze my destiny and get my downloads and my dreams and my visions, anything that was coming to my mind and stuff. And I realized that they was practicing their psychic abilities on me too, but taking advantage of that. Okay. But they did not know I was very psychic. They had no idea. Okay. That I would catch them. See, they had no idea that I would catch them. They didn't know the kind of psychic that I was, that I can I can I can sense wickedness, or that type of psychic. So when I sensed that they was not being honest with me, they were doing something behind my back with the work, they was purposely trying to leave me out and withhold and stuff they promised me. When I finally told them, you know, that I knew, that's when they started trying to use me to do future seeing for them. So I guess they were like, oh, thinking they could block me from seeing what they were doing if they got me to do some future seeing for them. Y'all was super manipulative. I said, oh no, this is getting trifling. No. So basically they try to get my psychic abilities on their side, and then they can hide better. I was like, no, I sensed it. So when I finally called them out, I said, why are you not telling me the truth about, you know, why didn't you tell me the truth about what you're doing with the stuff behind my back or whatever? That was dirty, you know, the way you're operating. They were like, that's between me and God. I was like, really? I was like, you don't want to finish. You're not finishing the work with me, but you're entertaining karmics when you were supposed to meet with me to do this work. They were like, that's between me and God. That's when I knew, okay? They were just trying to be sneaky, unfair, and trying to fly under the radar of my psychic abilities. So, y'all, this is crazy. So I ended up like, I had enough. I just said one day, I'm done. So yeah, that's exactly, the knockoff. They were becoming a knockoff version of me. Literally, basically, they were trying to use my skill set of what I was going to do, what I was doing, and their own destiny energy. They were trying to mesh my destiny into their destiny. Because of their placements, that not being mindful of the dark part of their chart, they were meshing me. But they had to learn me first. So the whole time, they was when I was done doing my work, they was sitting there studying it. They was sitting there just collecting it. They at some point they decided that they was not going to even finish the project with me. They was just going to run off with my part of the work and mesh my destiny, my mind into their mind. They wanted my mind into their mind, y'all. This is real. And they still think they're going to figure me out. They still think they're going to figure out my destiny, soul, power. They think they're going to get it, okay? So they're studying the structure. They're studying the structure of how I work. They're studying my videos. They're like really trying to go hard. So they really think they're going to do it. But you have to be health built for other people's destiny. You have to have the exact same health placements, conjunctions and all, in order to do it without getting karma. So while they're struggling, trying to like mesh my mind, whatever work they have in mind, trying to mesh it into their mind to have a higher understanding that I have in my destiny, the stress levels is causing them to hurt themselves. They're doing things that I would do if I was very low vibration in my destiny. If I was in here drugged up, all on drugs and stuff, they're doing that. They're in that type of energy that I would be in if I was doing that in my destiny. Okay? So they're paying the price health-wise. Okay? They're stuck. They're not making the right decisions. They think they are because they inherited something, okay? They think they are, but they're not in the right place. Okay? If they had stayed in my life and stopped trying to mesh my mind with their mind, I would have been able to give them the intuitive messages that they needed to know when they are in negative karma. I would have been able to I would have told them not to take the job that they took. But because they tried to mesh my mind into their mind and they froze my destiny and I fell back from them, their intuition was blocked in. The creator blocked them. So they ended up taking a job that would just manifest the karma that I would manifest if I did what they did to me. Y'all got that? So they're getting the karma that I would get if I did what they did to me. Okay? If they would, that's the consequences for them blocking my destiny. Now, the weird thing about this, they were always like hating on white people, y'all. This is no lie. I did not know at the time, okay, that was a sign that they was sent by the devil. Let me explain. I thought, well, maybe they was just bitter or going through something with white folks. And I would just be like, I don't have nothing to say. I don't have nothing to say. You know, I didn't want to pick sides or whatever, which between white or black. When I started to dig into my chart, I realized that was one of the main signs that somebody was sent by the devil in my life path. Because in my life path, my destiny is supposed to be fulfilled by people who's multicultural. That includes white people. The fact that they kept on making it seem like I shouldn't deal with white folks. I shouldn't deal with white folks. Stay away from white folks. White folks this, white folks that, all this other stuff. Just always saying stuff about them like, ooh, they this and that. Just little things they would say. I knew they was trying to block me. And they were also blocking me from opportunities that was being brought to me by non-black people. I later on found that out. So they froze my destiny because they kept me from going towards the people who actually is supposed to have my opportunities, which was non-black people. Most of the people who would have the opportunities for my destiny are going to be non-black people. Okay? Non-black. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you see, you getting it, right? You getting it. I'm glad somebody getting it. I'm glad you understanding what I'm saying, present moment, because this is real complicated, and you might, other people might have to replay this video a couple times to really understand what I'm saying. It's a very complex situation, but basically, if I met somebody doing what they were doing, and I tried to mesh their mind into my mind, I try to hijack their higher understanding, their genius abilities, and their destiny, I would get the karma that they would get if they did it to me. So basically, he's getting the karma that he was trying to pull me into. Yeah. It said the truth. He was trying to pull me into, oh, I can do you and do me. I could do what you do and do me. Because he went into that energy. But I caught on. I was like, I'm not synchronizing with his fakery. I'm not synchronizing with him. I don't synchronize with tricksters. I don't synchronize with manipulators. So it was almost like he was tempting me to manifest the karma he was manifesting. And not only was he tempting me to manifest the karma by matching his energy, the way he worked, the wicked ways he worked, he was also trying to go attack my health to make it happen. Like directly attack my health. He was influencing me to overeat. Like I noticed it would be like always wanting to eat, y'all. It was a lot of eating. And anytime I would want to be like, oh, let's have a small meal. They didn't want that. It was weird. Like their karmic energy that they was manifesting for trying to shapeshift into me, they was actually trying to pull me into it by tricking my diet, y'all. It was, woo, child, if y'all knew what I went through, it was so great. Then they started trying to, they was trying to mess with my humble energy. Like they kept on saying stuff to make me less humble. It was a lot of tricks, y'all. for me to let my guard down. And I because I was young, y'all gotta understand I was young. I was young. I was too young to be handling that. Somebody older needed to deal with that situation. But because I was young, I was I was being easily manipulated and influenced by them. Um, I noticed that I stopped being as passive. Okay, I started talking like them, like their toxic ways of acting like they didn't need nobody. They could just be everybody, but they could do what anybody brings to the table in the business. They could do it too, or whatever, even though they couldn't that well. They was mediocre in the other stuff, but they were living in delusions that they weren't. Next thing I know, I started being less humble in my superpower of my destiny. And one day I just caught myself. I said, this ain't me. I'm starting to sound like them. Like, I'm starting to sound like them. So I was like, no, I'm good. So I stopped answering their calls in the morning and afternoon hours and before bed. That's the first thing I did. I started cutting back the phone calls. I started like saying, I'm busy. Unless you want to work with a contract, I can't talk. I told them that I only want to be about business. I don't want to just sit on the phone and listen to them no more. I said just business. They realized that I was setting up boundaries with my energy. And that's when they started texting me negative stuff. And I was like, you know what? Whatever. And they started saying, well, you be hanging out in the ghettos, and started saying stuff about me hanging out in the ghettos. I said I do, because the destiny that I have requires me to go to the dark places for research. So I will go to those places for research for my destiny. And they were trying to make it seem like I was like no different than the ghetto people here or whatever. Y'all, this is real toxic. They was acting like they had class when they didn't. Okay, they had a lot of Slav type energy. And because they came from a family that had money, and they knew that I grew up with no money, they were trying to make me think that I was the ghetto one and they weren't. It was like mental manipulation, y'all. So, and they were trying to make me think that I was weak because I was talking to white people. Because I was still friends with white people, or I was working with white people, or because I was taking care of white people, that I was weak. They were trying to make me think that, y'all. It was like real wicked. Yep. Somebody said energy hacking. Exactly. Oh, you're very welcome. I'm sharing my story, y'all. I found out that one of my challenges in my chart is to be open. I have to start sharing, stories, because that's what my ancestors did. They sat around a fire on weekends. They told each other stories, during their Sabbath. You tell stories to help people grow into understanding the work they're going to have to do next week. Or, give people some clarity so they go in next week more mindful. And so I want to start having weekend story time talks. Only reason why I'm not telling y'all the specifics of my destiny, because I don't know who's watching. So I have to protect it. Okay. So, if y'all was here and we was all kicking it or whatever, and some of y'all was here in front of me, I'd be giving y'all all the other details. I'd be telling y'all what I was doing and all that, but I still got to set up protection in here. But yeah, they was changing personas. You're right. You're exactly right. That is the word for it. They was like taking my persona, and then they was giving me their trash persona. And then it was leading to them like being able to, feel like they could learn me and study me in secret or whatever, and study how my mind work. And with my power. But like I said, I started to sense it. Okay. And I just caught on, I noticed that all of a sudden I started to be so critical of people who did nothing to me. I'm like, no, I'm not, this ain't me. But that was them. They showed up that way. They were like that in phone calls. They would talk about people and say, "Oh, that person is fat or ugly or stink butt," and just talk about people. And I noticed I wasn't actually talking about people, but I still in my mind I was like, "Oh, they're not on my level. Oh, they're not good enough for me." I was in a very I started matching their grandiose narcissistic type ways. That's what happens when you're young around old head narcissists. They corrupt your persona. And then they freeze your destiny. And then they doing your destiny and their destiny. They were doing their destiny and trying to do mine while trying to keep me from doing what they were doing. I found out that they did work with white people. But then they were telling me I shouldn't work with white people. Y'all, they was talking bad about white people all the time with me. And then I found out that they actually did some private work with their destiny with a white person. I was like, okay, make it make sense. If you didn't know I was Leo, would you say this? The question is, if you didn't know that I had a Leo sun, why would you say that? You're passive aggressive. It has nothing to do with being a Leo sun sign. This is what I'm saying. People be putting a foot in their mouth. You're around a true spiritual person. I'm chosen for it. It's all in my destiny. Stop thinking it's a Leo sun. It ain't got nothing to do with no damn Leo sun. And I be wanting to just get a download away, but I'm not giving a download. Stop assuming arrogance is a Leo thing. No, it's not. This person was a Gemini. So now you can go sit down. This person who did me wrong was a Gemini, and the other person was a Cancer, and they were grandiose narcissists. It ain't got nothing to do with being no damn Leo sun. Okay? Their sun signs wasn't Leo. Their sun signs wasn't Leo. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It's other placements. It's also conjunctions and all that. You gotta look and what the planets are, with what zodiacs and what sections of their chart. So let's just stop that old sun sign, Leo, whatever. Okay, it's getting real old. It's getting real old, like for real. No, I can't help you. I can't help your stereotyping. I don't help stereotypes. You just as bad as the person who froze my destiny. Why does it seem like all Leos? Why does it seem Leos? Shut the fuck up. Because there's plenty of other signs out here who's just as trash sun signs. The people who did me the most dirtiest has been Gemini sun signs. I got Leos through my family. They have treated me better than the Geminis did. So y'all could just shut up with that. Anybody in here that want to come for Leos, just leave this channel right away. I'm sick of hearing it. Because I have met some Gemini sons that was the more wicked I ain't never seen. I ain't never seen nothing wicked like some of the things they do. So you could just be quiet. It ain't got nothing to do with no sun sign. Okay, shut the hell up for real. I just had a Gemini sun sign female literally shape-shifting to me over and over again on the phone. She was imitating me over and over again. And she had a Gemini sun. Okay? Check yourself. Oh Lord, see, you're a narcissist. You're a narcissist. You just proved my point. I'm tripping. You acting just like a Gemini. A low vibrational Gemini. You must got Mars in your chart flow into your Gemini energy. Something like that. Some old low vibration going into your sun. Something. You just tried to gaslight me. You literally did this because you know I'm a Leo sun. You tried to be passive aggressive, and when I put it back in your damn raggedy ass face, you sat here and tried to say you tripping. Every Gemini with a low vibration, they say that shit. He used to say the same shit. say off the wall shit that judging that stereotyping motherfuckers. And as soon as I would say something, he would say, "You're tripping. Go get your help because you got mental illness. Go get some help. Bitch, you tripping. Bitch, you tripping." I can't stand people that stereotype. Shut the fuck up. Stop stereotyping certain signs and zodiac. Shut the fuck up. You don't see any Leo sun people coming on your Gemini channel saying shit to you. You don't see none of us because we on our own stage and minding our own damn business. You coming in my platform trying to be passive aggressive. I see every time I go to the Leo videos on YouTube, it's some raggedy motherfuckers in there that's not Leo, attacking the Leos, jealous ass motherfuckers because you ain't glowing. That's what it is. That's what it is. You doing physical assessments on people and thinking you can guess the zodiac and then you jealous as fuck because they glowing. Be careful of saying anything about a Leo because we rule fame and we rule motivation and productivity. And the female Leo can get you money. We can feed you. We know how to get the bag. And we're generous. So all these people want to disrespect Leo sons. When your ass get blocked from getting that meat, don't forget how you came for us. Don't forget. Always talking shit about a Leo, but always want what we eating though, right? Love our generosity though, right? Right? Don't like that we speak our mind. Don't like that we'll say with we could be blunt. Don't like the bluntness, but you want the bag though, don't you? Want our bag. That was exactly what I went through with that Gemini. And we're going to get into zodiacs. Every time I try to speak up for myself and I had a voice, I was the one tripping, yet he was doing me dirty as fuck. Like for real. Being sneaky and covert. And doing mental manipulation and shit. And then when I would get upset and be like, I can't take this mental manipulation, he would say, "Oh, I need to calm down." Shut the hell up. Shut up. And you just proved my point. Did I not tell y'all yesterday there's going to be some low vibrational Geminis coming for us? And somebody's raggedy Gemini ass in here came in here. If y'all go to my videos I put up over this week, I said, here they come. Here comes some combative. The Gemini energy going to be toxic right now. Toxic. Not all of it, but some of it. And look what happened. I'm a Gemini. You proved my point. Passive aggressive. Wasn't nobody even talking about no damn zodiac. So shut the fuck up. They wasn't Leos. It wasn't Leo sons that did me wrong. Now one Leo son has stolen from me or robbed me or cheated on me, cheated me out my shit or took my destiny. I was talking to a Leo sun sign dude on my Facebook, even about his marriage. And yeah, he was cocky. Yeah, he was arrogant, but he stayed in his lane. If we want to do zodiacs, then let's do it. He stayed in his lane. He didn't come for my destiny. Leos can be prideful, so a lot of us don't give a damn about your destiny. We too worried about our reputation to even want to come for your raggedy ass destiny. Stay on subject. We talking about destiny. See, you did not respect my vocal boundaries. Now y'all see what I'm talking about. The video title say destiny. It don't say nothing about why this zodiac act like this. See, you're not respecting my mental boundaries, my teaching, my study. You're not respecting my destiny. This is my destiny, teaching about destiny. Freezers. This is my destiny. And you're going off subject and trying to reroute me. You trying to freeze up my destiny. Yo. Couldn't even first say thank you for this wonderful information about this. No, you wanted to throw me off, didn't you? Didn't you? Like destiny freezers do. Y'all. You want this drama, this smoke, you got it. You obviously want this smoke because you all low vibrational Gemini. You said you was a Gemini, whoever was running their damn mouth in here. Leo this and all that type of shit. You you want smoke, you got it. You know that us Leo sons, if you want to go by zodiacs, we got some smart ass mouths. So don't stop coming for us because we will hurt your feelings and go sleep like a damn baby if you get in our way. If you want to get into zodiacs, okay, y'all want to talk about this? If you get in the way of a female cat, she will hurt your feelings and go sleep like a damn baby. She'll hit you below the belt and go sleep like a baby. I'm just saying. I'm passionate about helping motivating people to manifest. That's what I do. I roll law of attraction based upon my chart and my energy, my abundant energy. Spiritualism, law of attraction, and another part of my purpose. And sensing the wicked energy. I knew you was coming. I said it yesterday. I said, oh, here comes some negative. Here they come. Here they come. And you came too. You came. I don't like when I'm trying to speak truth and I'm trying to help people get out the dark and help people to see their way through some wickedness. And people want to go ahead and change the subject. Narcissists do that. Warp and distort the subject, change it to some other stuff. Man, go ahead. Being messy. You wanted some information from me. You was trying to use me. You see how wise I am. So you wanted to use me and you thought I was going to stop and give you all the answers you wanted. Because you was vain. You're a vain Gemini. Didn't even say thank you first for the knowledge I gave you. And if people don't like my energy, they ain't got to. But I gets it done. One way or another, I gets it done. I have a daughter who's very successful. Very successful, beautiful home, beautiful car, beautiful husband, scholarships, 4.0 all through school. I gets it done. And this is a serious thing because I was frozen for years. Years until I figured it all out. It took for me to hit 30. I had to hit 30 to realize what the hell was going happening to me. I was being tricked in my 20s. Can you imagine having somebody freeze your destiny in your 20s and you don't even know what destiny swapping is? I didn't even know what it was. I couldn't put it in words. I just knew something real demonic was happening to me. And it was so warping and distorting that even now I look back and it's only now years later that I'm looking back and like, I understand now what happened. I understand now that that person was pulling me out of my motherly energy as well. A part of my destiny is to be like disciplined and motherly. I have to bring energy, knowledge, and understanding of the higher realm, you know, and of soul purpose and light, helping people to get through. They were pulling me out of that energy. I was like this, like a little child. I was a little child. Just whatever they told me, I believed. It was really ridiculous, y'all. It was really, I had no contract and I was hanging on her every word because I was young and innocent and I didn't know no better. You know, I didn't even know what a narcissist is. I didn't even know I didn't even know the word narcissism. It wasn't until that I couldn't write anymore. I couldn't do anything in my destiny that I said, what's wrong with me? How the heck this happened? So I had to just stop. Let me tell you, sometimes to unfreeze your destiny, you got to stop doing it. Now, I know that's like backwards, but it's because when you're doing it, someone's snatching up the energy. Okay? So they're getting as strong at your destiny as you're getting. So if you stop doing it and stop depositing the energy, sending the energy out there, that can actually make that person give up and quit because they're not picking up nothing from you. So like from 30 to 35, I think, I didn't do my destiny. I just lived my life. I didn't write nothing. I didn't do nothing spiritual. I packed up all my spiritual stuff. I was in psychic groups, spiritual groups. I just shut it all down and I just said, I'm going to just live. And then I said, I don't know when God want me to continue. And then guess what happened? I got a call that a family member died and that we inherited the house. My daughter did. And then I remember that my daughter and her father was like saying they wanted this house. So I realized that the manifesting was happening. So I was like, if they could get what they want, maybe I could get what I want. So I decided to set up me a little desk in the kitchen. And I bought my first books of poetry. I had no books. I had no writing books here, no spiritual books. I bought a couple. And I just started looking at them, just looking at them. I took it slow. It was like I was in like destiny physical therapy, if you want to call it that. I just took it slow. I just was reading. I didn't create anything. I was just reading. And then one day I saw a flash of an app. And then I said, wow, why did I see that app? And then all of a sudden it came up as an advertisement on my phone. It was a synchronicity. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and choose that app. But I didn't use the app right away. I decided to have a whole new me, whole new wardrobe, whole new space, whole new group of friends, new places, different places I was going. I even switched back to eating fish instead of like all that beef. And then that's when I got that intuitive download that I was supposed to be on that app. I said, yeah, I'm supposed to be on this app. So I ended up downloading the app instead of always looking at the advertisements. And then next thing you know, I noticed synchronicities within the app matching the stuff I was looking at. The books that I took out at the library, it was matching the books. So that was my ancestors trying to get my attention, saying, we have created a new path for your destiny, an alternate path. And now is the time to get back in it. We cleared out the energy. We cleared that person out. They're getting their karma. So now it's time to get back into it. So that's what I did. One day I was sitting here. I did the app. Okay. I didn't actually sign up, but I was looking at the app. Then I heard my ancestors say, I swear I heard them clear as day say, look this up. They told me to look up something specific. So I typed it in and then boom, that's when the school showed up. And y'all no lie, I had just got the exact amount of money to pay for that class. It was like $130 and that's exactly what I had just got. I looked at it like fate, like that's exactly what I just got. So I paid the school teacher and then I took my mentorship. I took some classes with that money. And then I heard them again. They said, put this in the search. And it happened again. And then I went to the app finally when I heard the ancestors tell me. And then they said, put this in. And then I noticed they all was. All matching. Everything I had took out. I literally had just went to a free book drive. And I literally got certain books. And there it was on the Eventbrite app. There was groups teaching exactly matching the books that I had. I was like, really? Now let me tell y'all what happened today. Something told me, I heard, check your phone for a group. The group. I'm like, what group? I don't remember signing up to no group. So I listened to my ancestors. So I checked it. There it was. I had signed up for a group like weeks ago and forgot. Don't you know, when I went into the group, the lady got to talking. This was 2 hours ago. The lady got to talking. And I'm going to tell y'all how this all connected to how I knew my destiny was unfrozen. We're going to get into that part. But the lady said, oh yeah, by the way, I teach this. Y'all, my mouth hit the floor. I literally just bought something that my ancestors literally told me I could learn. They said, you could learn this. So I bought it. And this lady in the group decided to share something that she was teaching that is directly what I bought. I literally was sitting in my living room 2 days ago. I literally manifested this lady. I was sitting in my living room and I said, I think I'm going to have to get a teacher to help me with this. Because I never did this before. I said, well, God going to send me somebody to help me with this. That's exactly what I said. I went into this group that had nothing to do with this. Okay. And this lady said, oh yeah, my side job is that I teach this. Y'all, was blown away. I was blown away. And she said, yeah, I'm currently teaching it right now. And I said, wait a minute, hold up. I literally had wished for you. And she's like, oh my goodness. She said, that's never happened to me. Like somebody actually wished for me and I end up saying something that's their wish. She's like, oh wow, that touches my heart. She was really moved by the fact that we was a synchronicity. But what I'm saying is, I was not getting any synchronicities when I was dealing with the destiny freezers. I wasn't getting any. They were taking them. They were seeing my synchronicities. They were seeing my synchronicities because they were like miming my energy and mimicking me and stuff in their free time. So basically, when I would want to see the synchronicities, I wouldn't see it. They would see it because they was disrespecting my energy so much that it was like they were altering my angel numbers and they were running off with my angel numbers. I don't know if y'all know this, but destiny swappers and destiny freezers, they actually try to hijack your angel numbers as well. By stepping so much into your frequency that they're able to see your angel numbers, your scriptures. So while they're seeing your scriptures and they're making moves that you're supposed to move, you're like, where's my scriptures? Why don't I got the intelligence? Why isn't it coming through? That's because they ran off with them, y'all. Soon as I kicked that person out of my energy, my scriptures started turning in abundance. Turning abundance. Like money started to come in, y'all. I started meeting people who had nice things and would bless me, but I was not getting blessed at all. It was nothing but karmic people coming towards me when I was dealing with this destiny freezer person. I kept saying, how come I'm attracting so many negative people that's disrespecting me? It's like one person after another. I couldn't understand it. Y'all, I just left it all. I literally walked in my job one day, resigned. I literally got rid of my phone, changed my phone number. I'm done. Packed their stuff in a box, put it in the dark, and said, you in the dark, boo, for trying to step into my destiny. And I said, I'm done. And I'll wait till God opens it. I'm a celebrate my life. When you celebrate your life and you love your life more, that is the greatest weapon you have to unthalling your destiny. Like, I'm serious, y'all. Because destiny swappers, they teach you to hate your life. They teach you to think lack. They teach you to think negative about your life, so negative that you end up blocking your creative flow of your destiny. So if you notice when your destiny's frozen, you're not giving gratitude no more. That's a key sign. Like, you're not even giving gratitude. You're just like, wasting money, doing stuff you normally wouldn't do with money and all kind of stuff, y'all. So, it's not easy when you want to unthaw your destiny, because can't nobody take your destiny. They really can't take your destiny. They can just like synchronize with you, but they can freeze it. They can freeze it. And they teach you how to freeze your own destiny sometime. They teach you how to freeze your own destiny. And it's normally because they're swapping energy. They keep pulling you into their energy or the worst version of them. Or you keep matching their energy in fights and arguments and things like that. So you end up jumping on their scriptures, their low vibrational disciplining scriptures, and you're not in the high vibrational scriptures of your destiny. So you don't even know, you don't have no idea what to do. Okay? Intuitively, it's not coming to you. I know some of y'all say, how do I know this? Because this is a huge part of my destiny. Huge. And y'all know I will get a little ruthless sometime like I did. But that's required. Okay? That's required also with my destiny. Because when my destiny was frozen, I was literally pacified. Okay? I was pacified. And when I was trying to unthaw my destiny and stepping into my power and standing up for myself, they went in harder with the negative energy. I knew that because I never stood up for myself, I was never going to be able to fulfill my destiny. Because I never showed my strength with that person, they would keep me frozen. I had to stand on business, like, 10 toes down when I'm standing on business. What'd he say? Oh, yeah. Hey, tell me how you living. 10 toes down when I'm standing on business. When I couldn't get into the big dog energy, y'all. I couldn't even get into female cat energy. I was just like, okay. All right, whatever. Do whatever you want. Okay. Ooh, ah. Y'all was all on their terms. I did anything they told me to do, y'all. It was crazy. They would say, do this. And I wasn't even getting paid. They didn't even have a contract with me. They didn't even tell me when they were going to finish their part. They just had me producing. I was literally a creative slave. It was, even when I owned all the work, I was still sending the work to them. Now, that's how brainwashed I was. Even when I owned all the work and all the work was mine, and I could have easily hired somebody to do the last part of it, I was still sending it to them, all while they was disrespecting me. And I said, you know what? They tried to make me think that I could never get nobody. I was never going to achieve it without them. So I needed to just accept their narcissism. Or there's nobody else that can do it like them. They're a part of the work. They would literally say, nobody can do it like me. Nobody can do it like me. I'm better than all of them. They was literally that egotistical. They was better than everybody. They was better than everybody in their field. I was just like, yo. They actually had me believing. Okay? Some of y'all don't realize that some people will find their destiny, but the devil will take over their persona. That happened to Hemingway. Hemingway, he always regretted. Okay? He always regretted what he did, and he did say, the person he is inside ain't there no more. The devil took over Hemingway. He was writing his best work when he was with his first wife. And he let his research, his researching skills, the devil got him through research. That's what it did. He was traveling and researching, and the devil got him to step outside his marriage. And he started to disrespect the foundation of his good, clean, wholesome wife. And it was only at the end of his days, when he was suffering from extreme karma, and it was his karma for what he did to her, because he ended up getting brain damage, and the air energy is definitely marriage. So he manifested that karma. What he did to his wife, it came back to him. Okay, he fell on his own sword. But it was only at the end of his days, he said, my first wife was the admirable wife. I shouldn't have did her like that. Well, it's too late. Too late. Too late. When people, because Hemingway started trying to take other people's destinies. If you ever follow Hemingway's story, he thought he was entitled to anybody's destiny after he found his. He's like, oh, this is mine. I'll do what I got to do. I'm Hemingway. I'm famous. I could do what I want to do. See, the devil took over his persona, and he literally stole from, he froze, not stole, he froze his wife's destiny, his own wife, Gellhorn. He froze her destiny and ran off with her opportunity, and it backfired in his face. He didn't do good. And she still found a way to unfreeze her destiny. She found a way around it, and she ended up still doing that correspondence. He thought he blocked her, though. She got around it. And then she walked in on him with the other woman. Each one of them got their karma. Everybody got their karma for how they did his first wife. I love that story, because I'd be like, that's what all y'all get. That's what all y'all get. All y'all get. She, this is a true story too. What I'm telling y'all is a true story. Gellhorn froze the destiny of Hemingway's first wife. Hemingway froze Gellhorn's destiny. And so did the next woman that he cheated on, froze her destiny. Gellhorn just got frozen, all frozen. Okay, because she didn't learn her lesson. She was still trying to go back to him, even though she realized she was getting karma. She still wanted to be with him, even though through the karma. So another woman took him off of her karma, just like she did his first wife. Everybody paid the price in that situation for freezing different people's destinies. Now y'all see what I'm telling y'all. If y'all don't think karma's real, go watch the whole story of Hemingway. That is the classic case of how karma comes around. They finally released his whole story. He cheated, and then the guy that he was entertaining against, he was siding with this dude against another dude who was right good to him. That dude ended up getting captured, was on the wrong side of the war, and he ended up getting killed. In the end, Gellhorn, she old and alone and corresponded with nobody. Hemingway killed himself. The dude that he teamed up with against some dude that was good to him, he got killed. Everybody got their karma. He died. He got killed young. Every time I think that karma don't come, when people meet their destiny and want to be trifling and get into and freeze other people's destiny, that's a classic example. Because I was with somebody like Hemingway. I wasn't with them, meaning I was working with them. I was working with somebody identical to Hemingway. So y'all can imagine what I was going through. Y'all can imagine. Y'all can imagine. He was cocky, arrogant, grandiose, smart mouth, totally disrespectful of my destiny, and said whatever he wanted to me. It was real foul, y'all. I just get chills every time I see Hemingway in movies. I just get chills. I'd be like, whoo, child. Because I'd be like, I knew somebody who was literally extremely gifted, and yet they had to have my destiny too. I'm trying to understand that. Like, why you need my destiny? You already done found yours. You just like, enough ain't enough? Y'all, this is the realest video. Don't be so quick to think ain't nobody gonna bother you because they found their destiny. Some people want everybody's destiny and theirs. And it's real sad. And they won't stop. You know? For example, Michael Jackson. I'm going to just go ahead and say that word. He was a destiny freezer. He was, y'all. He was. He was, and I don't know why people don't realize it. He was not a team player. He was freezing. I think from what I see, he was freezing his own band member's destiny. That's how I see it. He didn't seem like he was sharing the spotlight. He wanted all the spotlight. I like when I look back at some of Michael Jackson's old videos, it was like he was going off script and doing whatever he wanted to do. You know, it was like he was forcing himself into, like, it's almost like he was harnessing the energy of everybody in that group. I mean, that's what I see, y'all. I get low-key vampire energy from him. And this, I'm not shading, I'm not jealous, y'all. I get low-key vampire energy from Michael Jackson. I get shape-shifting, phony, something real phony, deep down, hidden, real slick. Yeah, I get it strongly. And I think that's why he wanted to be around kids all the time. All the time, why he never really wanted no adult friends. That's not normal. It's not because he was a child at heart. All that making that excuses is if he was a child at heart, he wouldn't have been kissing in movies. He wouldn't have been giving up his sperm. He wouldn't have had a baby stashed away somewhere. He was not a child at heart. It just get me when people say he was a child at heart. Then why was he dating and making a baby if he was a child at heart? He was not a child at heart. He was getting that energy. That's what he was. That's what he was doing. That's what he was doing. And he was putting his persona on those kids so that he would get their energy. He had those kids dressing like him, Macaulay Culkin and all them dressing like him. He was, influencing their identity. Okay, if he wanted to be around kids, how come he was never being around 15-year-olds? Why did these have to be kids that's not done with puberty? Like, that's not even at the peak of their puberty. Why are all these kids? These kids were so at the low end of their puberty. No. That's what witches do, y'all. No. And then all this, I wasn't afraid. He said he was afraid to go to sleep or Prince would get the ideas. So he was trying to what? He was trying to compete with Prince's destiny. That just tells you right there. That just tells you right there. He was an energy hog. He didn't even want Prince to get the ideas, any ideas. He would go without sleep all night just to, he was channeling Prince. To even say anything like that, he was definitely sitting up at night channeling Prince's energy. And it's like everybody gave him a pass for that. If somebody say, I'm going to sit up all night because I'm worried about you getting ideas, Miss V. I already know that you're channeling my energy at night. Telling you, man. It's the truth. And then I don't like that he never gave credit. Michael Jackson used stuff of other people and never gave credit. It didn't came out. It's a list of people he used. Never gave credit. Anytime somebody use your work without giving credit, they're a destiny freezer. I don't care how talented they are. We got to stop giving talented and gifted people passes. Like, oh, their wicked ways don't matter because they're entertaining. I don't care how entertaining somebody is. The person that froze my destiny, they was literally a genius in what they were doing. But they were trying to get my genius abilities in what I do. So that just speaks volumes right there. Hemingway was a genius novel writer, but he was trying to get the genius abilities of Gellhorn being a news reporter, a journalist. You see what I'm saying? This is why, y'all, I'm going to tell you no lie. If somebody say they have an interest in what I'm doing, we ain't working together. If you just say one time to me, oh, I have an interest in what you're doing, no, we're not working together. We're not working together. You'll never be in my creative space. No. Sylvia Plath made that mistake. She was a poet who married another poet, Ted Hughes, and he froze her destiny like more than once. And it took for her to stay away from him to unfreeze it. She literally said, I'm blocked when he comes around. He blocks me. No. When God tell you to go off on your own to create, he means don't be with people who are like you. That's what he means. When people say achieving your destiny is a solo thing, it means you cannot be kicking it with people who are pursuing the same thing. Now, yeah, you could use the same exercises, the same books and educational, but you cannot work together. You can't even talk about your destiny with the other person. I've done that, and I've had the other person say, well, who taught you? Where did you go and learn? How did you do it? Where should I start? Where can I read your work? It's like suddenly they're trying to get into my energy. So now I don't say nothing. I don't even tell nobody out here what I do. Y'all might hear this up on the channel, but when I'm out on the streets, they be like, what you do, whatever. I be like, I do creative stuff, handle my business. I don't talk about, I just did this, that. I don't do that because often when people ask you what you do, they done sized you up. And they might be actually trying to see if they do what you do, will they look like you? Will they be able to have the energy you have? So I don't say nothing, y'all. None of my neighbors, they don't know what I created. They don't know what I'm in here working on. My own family don't even know what I'm working on. My daughter don't even know. That's just how secretive I am. If I die today, my daughter's not going to be able to tell nobody what I've been working on in here. That's how you got to protect. That's how hard you got to be with protecting your destiny. I might told y'all some things I enjoy doing, but I don't ever mention the work that I created. I don't tell nobody what inspired me, who's my muses. Don't nobody know the name of my muses. Don't nobody know when I do this stuff. Done. Even when my family was here earlier, I said, I'm going up to do some work. They don't know what I'm working on in here. And they know they're not allowed in. They're not allowed to come in and see either. They're not allowed in here. It might be ruthless, but that's the way it is. Nobody ever knows what Stephen King is writing until after the book is published. I made a mistake, and I started telling the Destiny Freezer dude what I was working on. Yeah, I'm writing this, I'm doing this, I'm creating this and all that. And then I noticed that they started saying, oh, they started a similar project after me. Y'all, it was like, wow, all of a sudden you're doing the same thing I'm doing. It was crazy. Well, I hope this video helped y'all. And I've been talking about this because of the energy that's been coming out lately. So be hush mouth. I know everybody's excited. Oh, the new moon. Ooh, wow. The new moon right around February and March. Ooh, I'm going to have the breakthrough of my life. I'm going to have the rebirth of my life. Don't go talking about it, y'all. Don't go talking about it. Just stay low key. Okay, bye everybody. Have a good one. See you later. Present moment. Bye, everybody.